Hey, it's John with Vision Advisors, and welcome to this Insight video with Vision. You know, I was watching television the other night, and I came across a show I hadn't seen in years. It was Buck Rogers in the 21st Century. Now, if you're not a sci-fi fan like me, the premise of the story is Buck Rogers was on a mission in a space shuttle in 1984, and he was knocked out of orbit, and he was frozen for 500 years. And when he awoke, he found himself in the future. Now, why would I be talking about Buck Rogers? Because the future of fixed income planning is here. And in fact, we want to take you on a warp drive journey to talk about enhancements to a brand new solution that Legacy Marketing Group has brought to the table. They rolled out an innovative fixed indexed annuity solution called FutureMark. And they've recently made some enhancements to this product that really position this solution well for your clients. On the phone with me is James Marco, the Regional Director for Legacy, one of our good friends. James, for those of you that were at our producer conference last November, James was one of our featured speakers there. Always enjoy hearing from him. So James, let's jump right in. We know we've got a lot to cover. So let's jump in and talk about FutureMark Enhanced.
Thank you so much, John. James Marco here. Hello, everybody. Call to action, as John kind of alluded to, we're going to go through some enhancements on this great solution. It is so unique and so different. You really want to call Vision. We're just going to give you a little taste, but you'll really want to give Vision, talk to someone over there, talk to John, and dive a little bit deeper. Just take a few notes. So with that, let's dive in. This is a unique value proposition. And do you have clients who want or need to take withdrawals? Obviously with qualified money, I mean, that's a requirement. Or some people, want to take some withdrawals systematically, potentially adding to their retirement income. This product is ideal for people to take withdrawals, any kind of withdrawals, especially qualified money, and want to leave some money behind for their beneficiaries. Vision, I think, sent out, I saw one of John's postcards, a little ad I liked quite a bit, and it had a caption which said, you have a client say, my goal is to put the money in a safe place, take money because I need to, it's qualified, but really leave as much money behind to my beneficiaries as possible. Well, they might be talking about an annuity solution like this, where they can have their cake and eat it too. They want to leave their bennies a significant amount. They want emergency money. They have to take required minimums. This is going to solve all that unqualified money. And with non-qualified money, we're going to show you an example of a kind of do-it-yourself income rider, which that might appeal to many of you who want to just go the old-fashioned way, take systematic withdrawals versus an income rider. So FutureMark Fixed Index Annuity, a unique product. We retooled it to accentuate the most distinctive selling propositions in the market today. It's the BeneBooster Enhanced Death Benefit. It's a built-in death benefit available for all the ages 0 to 85. A death benefit on a paper for your 85-year-old and under clients. There's a standout right there. And a quick overview, it's with Americo. They're exactly what you're looking for in a carrier, over 100 years old, A-rated, Midwest-based. If you want to dig into their financials, all good news there. It's a 10-year surrender product, no market value adjustment. It's a very clean contract. Those are the issue age. It's the same version in every state. If you see my cursor here, same rates and caps, and it has a lot of client-friendly features. Index gains vest at death. If they die in the middle of a year or middle of a annual point-to-point or any strategy, we'll measure any of those gains and apply them and add this extra death benefit. There's a 1% built-in fee that allows for higher rates and caps. There's a true-up at the end of 5 years. If this one fee is eroding your premium, we'll give it back to you after 5 years if the optimizer fee amounts are greater than the interest. Never happened before, but there's a peace of mind. And also, we haven't taken anything away from the client. So here's what's new on it. We've added 4 uncapped participation rate strategies. You asked, we listened. There's 3 one-year options and a 2-year option developed to really enhance the accumulation potential. More upside, more uncapped. You asked for more 1-year strategies. We've delivered it. It fuels this BeneBooster death benefit. I'll review with you in a moment. What we did, though, is we removed some builder blends. I like to set it and forget it, but we needed to make room for the index options you really want and need, which are shorter ones, 1-year ones, are a little bit more in vogue. We have a great 2-year one you're welcome to take advantage of, or not. We just have more 1 and 2 year strategies. So it's a more simple story you can sell. We made a little adjustment on commission. It's still very, very fair, but we really increased the rates and caps and added strategies to make this thing pop. By the way, in your back pocket, the security of an industry-leading 1 on 100% minimum guarantee. This may not sell it in your mind, but trust me, your client's mind might be different. This product truly has a 1 on 100%, a real walk-away guarantee. This is a death benefit play. We'll probably keep the product for the long haul, but you can always walk away, and you have this minimum guarantee, walk-away value. It's a guaranteed rate you can't pass up in today's economy. I don't know if you've looked at the 10-year treasury lately, but how does this rate compare to a rate you get from other financial instruments? This is what clients want, a real guarantee. You're guaranteed to make 1% over the long haul on the contract with a chance to do something greater. Your minimum's 1, you have further upside. This is like, doesn't this sound like annuities from 20 years ago? A real guarantee on 100% of the premium, further upside. So real powerful. I'll go through this quick. John, you're welcome to jump in. I just want to explain the minimum guarantee. In most states, it's 1 on 100%. Minus a surrender penalty. So you might see this in some of our docs. You can't jump in and leave 1 year later with 101. It's a 10-year product. So in California, if you look at this line, it's actually our penalties start at 9%. So this line is even here, it's even higher. But if you follow the 1% guarantee, every year it compounds minus a surrender penalty. Your head's above water, 5 or 6 years in the contract. In California, even sooner. And then at the end of the surrender period, there's no more penalty. I mean, your head's above water, and that is truly 1 on 100%. If you put 100,000 at a 1% compounded, you get the 462. So truly, at the end of 10 years, if your client did not want to keep it for the death benefit, which they probably would, but for some reason, if they wanted to walk, let's say you didn't perform well. Let's say your 100,000 is right where you put it. You made no interest in the contract. You would get the greater of your account or this minimum guarantee. If they had more than the 110, if they wanted to leave, they would get the greater. So a true minimum guarantee along the way. Here's the real nuts and bolts. And before I dive into that, John, anything that stands out you want to re-articulate?
No, I was just going to say, if you look at current interest rates, I was looking yesterday at bankrate.com, and the national 5-year CD rate is only 1.5. So being able to give them tax deferral and a 1% minimum guarantee with an opportunity for significant upside, this is going to get their clients' attention. But what you're talking about right now, getting into this BeneBooster, if the folks listening to this can get their head around how this works, this is one of the most powerful selling features and value propositions available in this product. So I'm going to shut up and let you talk a minute.
I like the way you phrase things. So I'm going to ask for your input again shortly, but this is the real meat on the bone, people here. This is a unique value proposition. This death benefit works unlike anything else out there. And in doing so, it's the perfect marriage for people taking withdrawals, i.e. qualified money. We give an interest bonus to 25% of the net contract gains. Any gain in the contract gets 25%. If you look down here, issue ages 0 to 75, it's 15%, 76 to 85. They get this extra kicker on the interest. But here's what's the cool thing. It increases the death benefit regardless of whether those gains have already been withdrawn. We're going to track all the gains. We're going to add 25% to all those gains. If you left them in the contract, well, that makes sense. No harm, no foul. But even if you already withdrawn them, you took them years ago, we're tracking all the gains and we're going to add this death benefit lump sum on top of your value. So it's very, very, very unique. And I'll show you some examples. It's built in, no additional cost. Remember, your 85-year-olds can get it. They just have a 15% enhancement versus 25 just based upon age alone. It's right out of the gate. There's no underwriting. There's no waiting period. That means if you put your client, just for example, in a fixed bucket, we have a fixed bucket and some index options. If you put them in the fixed bucket and they passed away 2 or 3 months later, right at the beginning of the contract, that fixed bucket pays daily. That's a gain. And if they died in 2 or 3 months, that would not be great. But we would apply those gains and this interest rate bonus because we made an interest in the fixed bucket if they were in an index. So it really is no waiting period, no underwriting. Right out of the gate, you're getting value. That's a standout. A-rated paper, older clients, death benefit rider of this nature. That is huge. It's a lump sum, kind of guaranteed issue. You just have to get through your normal, suitability and compliance for an annuity. There's no underwriting on this particular benefit. And it's all lump sum. And you'll probably want to ask Vision 4 different ways and double check these, but truly lump sum, no waiting period, no underwriting. It's an amazing value for a lot of clients. And I'm going to show you some examples here that it's going to fit the bill. Sorry, Oregon and Washington, we don't have the BeneBooster there. We have the base chassis product. So typical enhanced death benefit pays only on the accumulation. Some will add a factor on just the accumulation value. Some may have kind of like a little roll up and then you have to take a multi-year payout. So a lot of typical ones do multi-year payouts, which is fine, but most people, when given a choice, would rather have a lump sum. Ours has a multi-year payout if you want to go that route as an option, but we designed it as a lump sum. So BeneBooster pays on net contract gains. It's not about the net gains left in the accumulation value. It is about the net gains that were credited all throughout time to the accumulation value over the life of the contract. So let's dive into some numbers here, and it's as good as you may think, and this will prove it. So a couple sales ideas, and I am going to go through this quickly for time. Get a taste of it, get a little interest. Call Vision. You'll want to go into ask them, what was that DIY, do-it-yourself income payments, or the RMD example? So I'm going to go through this quickly up front. My apologies, but I think you want to make a call to Vision to dive in a little deeper. Systematic withdrawals. Some people, I love income riders myself. Some people want to do it yourself and take systematic withdrawals and not go the income rider route. Hey, whatever is your pleasure. Let's look at a hypothetical example. 55-year-old, 100,000, and in 10 years, we're going to take out some big chunks of money, $9,000. We're going to use a 4% average annual net return in the product. There's a 1% fee, so if we make 5, we net out at 4. And in this example, you can see, following my line here, at 65, we take out $9,000. Cumulative is 9. We took out 1 withdrawal. You see how it adds up. Our gains in the contract for the last 10 years has been $47,000. Remember, we're going to get a 25% kicker on all the gains, and we'll keep track of that. If we continue through this example all the way down to 80 and 85, we're able to provide $9,000, continue to hold some value in this annuity, but here's that net cumulative gains. If I take my calculator, and you're welcome to do it with me here, take 114,079. Let's do this real quick. 114,079. That gives me $30-something thousand plus 25. Hey, guess what? All those gains, even though we took them out, we're going to multiply it by 25. We're going to add that to this accumulation value, and we have a death benefit here after all that money was taken out. So we have withdrawals taken, 189,000. The death benefit was 53,000. My goal was to put it in a safe place, leave as much money to my bennies. Here's our total benefit. So what's really interesting, what really grabbed my eye, is now when we compare it to some competition, here's FutureMark with BeneBooster. It does not have a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. We did systematic withdrawals at 9,000. Our cumulative withdrawals were here. Death benefit was 53,599. There's our total benefit. Just comparing against some friendly competitors, you might see some names you're going to recognize. I don't want to overly promote them, but a lot of these products kick out around $9,000 in 10 years. So that's why we chose 9,000, just to match it up with some income rider comparisons. Long story short, when they die at age 85, there's no death benefit. It did provide the income, which is fine, but they really would rather have the income and have their cake and have their bennies eat some cake too. So we were able to give them the income and provide the death benefit in this particular scenario. I'll show you one more with RMDs. This is the big one, and I think you have clients with qualified money. We've all heard any just vague paraphrase. My goal is to put the money in a safe place, get a guarantee, take those required minimums because I have to, and really, if I can, pass as much to my beneficiaries. Bam, we are on the perfect product solution for that. So we're going to show RMDs out for 20 years and still leave a death benefit 42% greater than the initial premium. Let's look at a 60-year-old, 100,000, a 4% average annual return. And I'll even tell you an example of a lower number. I think you're really going to like it. RMDs are taken for over 20, it looks like 20 years here. And what we're showing here is once RMDs get started, our illustration will show this, by the way. We can do all these customizations for you. We're going to get those RMDs going. Maybe they start at 72. Maybe they start. So we'll see when they start. It's probably not this year. Whenever the government tells us to start our RMDs, we might wait till 72. This example we're showing looks like 71. By age 90, RMD amounts get really big, $9,000. We've taken out a cumulative 147 in the contract. We've earned $151,000 in the contract. So we earned a little more than we've taken out. And this is an ideal scenario. They took all those RMDs, their accumulation value, because they got some years of marination, is a little higher than their initial premium, and bam, a massive lump sum death benefit. The example I want you to explore with John or Melissa or anybody at Vision, if you want to look at, is I ran this like at a 2 or 3% return, so my withdrawals were greater. And what I came up with is down here, accumulation value of like 77, 75,000. And due to that death benefit rider, it kicked up the death benefit right back up to around to 100,000. So that's a scenario, I think, if you get this one, wonderful. But again, if your account value is 70-something thousand and the death benefit's still at 100, again, we're kind of doing exactly what the client was asking for. Take the money, get a guarantee, pass as much money along to the beneficiaries. We've done our job. So you'll want to explore that a little bit more. Again, you take our cumulative net gains and times it by 25%, and that's what's going to be added to it. The total death benefit's $289,000 in this, or the total benefit, including the RMDs and the death benefit. So everyone got paid off here for quite a long time. Pretty interesting example. Summarizing, the BeneBooster results, when you look at other like death benefit riders, it's 30% greater than without an enhanced death benefit than just a standard product, more money for the client. It's 9% greater than a typical enhanced death benefit that might add 25% to the accumulation value. You don't find these for older ages anyways, but you might want to, if you look at some of the other ones out there, it's going to provide a much higher, at least that much higher. And don't forget, it's built in at no extra cost. Standard death benefit, if you get an enhancement, sometimes you have to take these on multi-year payouts. Ours is lump sum and it's designed to have your cake and eat it too. The index options, give Vision a call. I mentioned it earlier. We added this 1-year S&P with par, a 1-year Morgan Stanley with par, no cap. This SG Columbia, I'll just show you a slide on this in a second, and a 2-year Morgan Stanley. So we have a fixed buckets, a variety of strategies, but we added some of these 1-year ones because you asked, and got rid of some longer duration strategies. What you're going to focus on for your illustration is this one. It did really well for us. You'll probably want to illustrate a percentage in this. The index did over 12% last year. The 10-year average lives return is 6.57. So it illustrates quite well, looks good. You might want to allocate a piece to this particular strategy, or you can diversify amongst all of them, work that according to your client. I don't want to go into much. Here's the quick overview. Enough on that. That's the strategy you'll want to focus on. Let me just do 3 quick things. John, how are we doing on time? I wanted to cover a quick 3 promos. How do you think we're doing?
Got time to cover those real quickly, James. Go ahead.
I'm going to buzz through these. Again, you're going to call Vision, ask them about the application bonus program. We got it on this product and the other new product from Legacy. What's the name of that product? Well, I'm not going to tell you because I want you to focus on FutureMark, and I want you to call Vision and ask them, what's the other new product from Legacy where I can get this application bonus? So here's an extra $300. Pretty healthy, $25,000. If you have a big case, $600 for application at $200,000 or more. We just want to throw some money at you. In today's times, you know, we have Firelight. We have a variety of ways to solicit business. If a little extra app bonus will help you bridge and get over the Firelight hurdle, if you haven't already, maybe $600 might be encouraging for you. We want you to do that. We also have a promo if you're going to do a virtual engagement or a Zoom meeting. You sell any of our Firelight or submit an e-app, we'll buy you a year, the pro subscription to Zoom. So we'll buy that for you for a year. We just want to throw some more money at you, and including money for marketing. This one you definitely want to cover with Vision. It's a very generous reimbursement program. Ads, mailers, invitations, virtual seminars. If you buy somebody Uber Eats and send them lunch for your virtual appointment, that's a pretty good idea. You'll want to ask John Terry about that one. And you send them lunch and you send us the receipt and you make a sale, we will reimburse. That would qualify. This is a very generous for you big hitters. There's a new tier. It's if you do a couple million per quarter, we have it up to 35 bips of qualified. So we had a new tier. This is just money back in your pocket, reimbursing for your hard-earned marketing dollars. The more you promote, the more you can earn. Give them a call on that. So with that, there's a number for Legacy. We're here to support you. We're open a little bit later, but call to action is probably give Vision a call. You want to dive into FutureMark, any of those sales concepts, do-it-yourself income writer, or the RMD thing is a perfect marriage and exactly what your client's looking for. With that, compliance wants to say hello real quick, and I will back it back to that last slide, John, and flip it back to you.
Hey, James, thank you so much. You know, as we look at the FutureMark opportunity, it's one of a suite of products that are available through Legacy that are issued on Emeritus paper. Great Midwest company, been around for over 100 years. But if you saw a couple of things in there, that RMD strategy that James talked about, how many of your clients have RMD money? I'm sitting here thinking of my 85-year-old dad and my 82-year-old mom that are taking RMDs and just letting those roll because they ultimately want to leave money, not for me and my sister, but to our children, to the grandkids. They want to leave some money to them. What an opportunity for your clients that are looking for a place to position money like this, be able to take those RMDs as needed. The strategies that are available, these indexes that are providing the crediting index powerhouse are out of this world. And it's going to give you an opportunity to show your clients the ability to have stellar performance and stellar growth gains over time. So we need to have a conversation about FutureMark. Companion product they have, IncomeMark, that we want to also visit on as well. These are some very unique, innovative solutions that can really help you amp up what you are doing in the marketplace with Legacy, and being able to bring accumulation-focused strategies like we see here with FutureMark, and an opportunity with another solution on the income side that again is one of those innovative top of the chart solutions you're going to want to take a look at. So here's your call to action. Give us a ring here at Vision Advisors. The number is 1-800-505-8489. That again is 1-800-505-8489. You can also find us online, visionadvisorsinc.com, or you can look us up on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. Hey, I'm John Terry with Vision Advisors, and on behalf of all of us here at Vision and the great folks at Legacy, thanks for joining us for today's webinar. We look forward to having you give us a call and helping you solve your next client problem.